Look at it. Hey, wipe your nose. It itches. I'll scratch. I'll scratch. Did you get it some? It's too late. It's too high up. Is that better? Look at you.
Good job, Lexi. We're so
Yay.
proud of you.
You look so cute. I miss your face. And look at your teeth.
Good job, Lexi.
Good. You got her face back. You look good, girl. I missed your face. Hey everyone. So there have been a couple of changes. I don't have my notes with me right now, so I'm really hoping that I don't sound like I'm rambling because I'm like trying to go off the top of my head, which is something I should never do. But we're here now, so we're just gonna go with it. There have been a couple of changes. One of them, most of you know, she is no longer required to wear her CPAP mask 24/7. They felt like she was in a safe enough place to where she didn't have to wear it consistently anymore. So there's that, which is awesome because I feel like the moment they took it off, she was in a much better mood, like instantly. She went back to watching her shows on YouTube, her cooking shows, Food Network, because she loves all things food and cooking and DIY and all of that stuff. So she instantly grabbed a tablet and was like, "Mommy, I want to watch such and such," and it just made me so happy. She's now on the high flow nasal cannula that you guys have seen her on before the mask was a thing. And she's been doing good with that. The night before last, the first night that they took the CPAP off, the first day, they had her wear it at night just to be on the safe side. But the following day, which was yesterday, they allow her to have it on for as long as she wanted, and also gave her permission to sleep with it, you know, if she chose to. They basically left it up to her. It just was depending on how she was feeling. And of course, she didn't need it. Her numbers look good. Her respiratory rate was looking good. When she does breathe, she is slightly tachypnic. And she does have a slight, her work of breathing is, slightly labored given her situation of her overall heart function not being where it should be. But they feel like it's in a safe enough spot where if she wanted to wear it all night, even while she slept, then they would be okay with that. So that's what she did, and we've been good ever since. Another thing, she has been having these like A-flutters, which is like abnormal heart rhythms. And we had a run-in with these types of situations when we were at CHOP. They actually had to cardiovert her heart to get it back in a more normal rhythm. A rhythm that would be safest for her situation. And they also put her on a medication. What is the name of it? It begins with an A. It's not coming to my brain. But they put her on that at CHOP to just helped to regulate a consistent, more normal heartbeat. When we were admitted, her heart rate was in like the 140s, 150s at rest. Like while she was chilling, sitting down, doing nothing, her heart rate was that high. And, you know, the team at Johns Hopkins took note of that, put her on the proper medication, certain beta blockers and other things to make sure that it didn't get to a seriously dangerous place. She had an episode where she went into cardiac arrest and her heart stopped. They brought her back. This is a backstory, by the way. This did not happen recently. This was a couple months ago before we went to Philly. So I'm just giving you guys a timeline of what her heart rate situation has been like. So like I said before, coming in, her heart rate was like in the high 140s to 150s at rest. They put her on certain medications, and for a while they were working. And then suddenly she had an episode where she just went into cardiac arrest. It was like one of the most scariest moments of my life. I will make a separate video talking about that. But they brought her back. They eliminated the medication that she was on because they realized too much of it was building up into her system and ended up dropping her blood pressure to a ridiculously dangerous level. So they took her off of that. And oddly enough, that episode of cardiac arrest seemed to have jumped her heart rate to a more normal level, because once they brought her back, her heart rate then sat in like the 110s, 110s at most. And everybody, doctors included, were like, how? Nobody was complaining, but they just didn't have a reason as to why her heart rate got back to a more normal pace after that horrific episode. So it was in the 110s and 110s for a while. And then we noticed it starting to creep up again when we went to CHOP. And they noticed that too. They did some EKGs, noticed that she had, slightly abnormal heart rhythms, arrhythmias, A-flutters, those type of things. So they thought it was best to cardiovert her, which is to basically send shock waves across your chest. It's gentle, it's not really painful. They did sedate her for it just in case, she were to experience any pain. But it was really quick. Like, the whole situation took like 10 minutes, and I was back in the room chilling with her. Her heart rate was back to normal, the 110s, and we were good. They also started her on that medication that I can't remember what the name of it was. They started her on that while we were at Philly, and she's been on it ever since. Fast forward to present time, she's been experiencing more abnormal heart rhythms, and they eliminated the medication that the doctors at Philly had put her on to avoid another situation like that, because it was bad, y'all. I'm talking crash carts and CPR and a lot of tears and panicking, but again, I'll save that for another time. Well, they placed this little thing on her heart that just monitors her heart rhythm, and we actually took it off yesterday, and we sent it, to the people that need to get it so they can look at it and tell us what we need to know. I haven't gotten any information about that yet, but I will keep you guys posted. Her heart rate has again gotten back to normal, on its own. They took away the medication that begins with an A, just as a safety precaution. Right now it's in a stable place, and right now no one's super concerned. They are keeping a close eye on her. There was talk of moving her into a larger room, just a room that can better equip emergency equipment in the case of something crazy happening, but they ended up, you know, feeling like that wasn't a necessary step right now. So right now she's good. She's doing great. She's breathing great. Her heart rate isn't being wonky like it was before. So things are good. She's in a better mood. She is, you know, happier, I'll say. Her overall demeanor, disposition is a lot happier nowadays. She still is in some pain from the latest the latest procedure that she had. We're managing her pain. So yeah, it's coming along. We're still waiting for that call to receive a heart, and I just can't wait for that day. But until that day, we're here just living life, living our best life, the best life that we possibly can, given the circumstances. And I think we're holding up pretty well, if you ask me. It's not easy all the time, like I told you guys before, but we're covered. We're good. But until then, you guys don't stop doing what you're doing. Be great, and you'll see us when you see us. Bye.